Welcome to Turbocharge Your Transcripts Module 3, Advanced Transcript Techniques for Serious Educators. By the time you complete this module, you'll be able to cross-reference training materials and slides with your transcripts and embed slides into your transcripts. Let's get started with integrating slides and handouts. This is a technique taken from traditional training in which you might be looking at a 2, 3, 5-day seminar for which you have a course manual, a set of PowerPoints, and instructor's guide. I used to design these types of materials, and the way that all of these would be integrated is that in the instructor's guide, intended to guide instructors who didn't create the course in how to present it, it would tell the instructor, refer to this page in the course manual, refer to slide number 25, so that they could present the course as outlined. In our case, you have a course manual, hopefully, PowerPoints, and transcripts. So you can treat the transcript just like the instructor's guide and reference the relevant pages in the course manual and the relevant PowerPoints inside the transcript that you are putting together. Now, it doesn't matter if you have mentioned the page number in your notes or the handout number or the slide in your actual verbal presentation. You can still integrate those into the transcript so that you can be helpful and give additional guidance to your participants that are going through the transcripts. You might insert references that look like these. I like to use brackets because it makes it clear that it's not part of the spoken word that has been transcribed. It's something that's being inserted. So here are just a few examples. See slide number 12, how to write a good headline. See handout 4.1, 25 templates for writing great headlines. You might just put the slide number in. You might just put participant manual page 27 so that they can kind of keep pace with where they are. As I mentioned before, you might just put, handout number whatever. You can make it as short or as long as you'd like to. And then also you'll notice at the bottom there's the inset of a slide. That's another thing that you can do, is rather than say, hey, go and find slide number whatever, especially if you're not including all of the slides with your materials, you can also insert miniatures into the transcripts in lieu of inserting a whole deck of slides into your course materials. So, very simple. However, there are pros and cons to using this approach. The pros are, obviously, you're providing easier navigation through your course materials. You're allowing your learners to coordinate everything, and again, as we're trying to do throughout this entire course, make the information easier for them to find when they go back looking for specific things that you've mentioned, or when they just want to follow along and maybe they want to read it instead of listening to your verbal presentation at all. It allows them to coordinate. And it also shows a higher level of dedication on your part to making it easier for them to learn. And I think that that's something that people respect and that will keep them coming back for more. It's like college. If you have to choose between two different instructors and one of in the exact same subject, and one of them makes it extraordinarily easy for you to learn because they match your learning styles, and the other one just stands there and talks and doesn't meet your needs for learning, who are you going to pick? Right? You're going to pick the one that makes it easier to learn. That's what we're trying to do. So that's a great pro of this approach. However, there are two cons. It takes more time to correlate everything. It takes a lot of time to insert, if you have 30 or 50 slides, it takes a lot of time to go in and insert those in the right place. And the biggest con of all is that if you change one slide, or even worse, if you insert a slide, if you insert a page so that it changes the pagination of your participant manual, assuming that you're providing one like I have in this course and you're not doing individual handouts. Presenting just individual handouts doesn't create this problem, so that might be one way to solve it. But if you throw your pagination off, if you have slides 1 through 30 and you insert a new slide after number 10 and it goes to 31, everything from 11 through 31, you'll have to go back in to the transcript and renumber all of those slides. So that is definitely something to consider. This is an approach that you should use when you're fairly certain that you won't be going back and doing periodic revisions to the material. It's a one and done kind of thing. If you are providing transcripts for a course that is ongoing, that you might change, I would not recommend this approach. So pros: easier to navigate, higher level of dedication to their learning. Cons: it takes more time to correlate everything, and if you change page numbering, you're in for a lot of editing, which also takes a long time and it isn't very fun. So your action step: this concludes Module 3. This is our last module. So your last and final step is to watch the next video, which is a demonstration on how to turbocharge your transcripts now. And what I'm going to do is take an existing transcript that has not been turbocharged and walk you through 2, 3, 4 pages of just kind of free flow brain dump of how I think about turbocharging a transcript as I go along. And I will also use this approach of coordinating with participant manuals and handouts and things like that so that you can see how that works. Thanks for joining me on Turbocharge Your Transcripts, and I will see you in the next video.